Hey, happy day, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Let's talk about the expression pull up stakes. This expression has been around since at least the 17th century. It's a well-used, very popular expression for several reasons. For centuries, people have used stakes, wooden stakes or metal stakes hammered into the ground to mark boundaries, to mark territories, to mark my property versus the McCoy's property versus the Joneses property versus the, Lundin's, Esbecks, whatever, whoever's neighboring properties. And literally when people would move, they would pull up their stakes, take them with them, and then use them to mark their new home, their new territory, their new place that belonged to them was theirs. And you would move and pull up stakes to go to what you thought was something better. People went out west in the United States because they were looking for something better. People came to America from Europe and England and other countries because they were looking for something better. The reason we pull up stakes, the reason we move, the reason we switch anything is because we are going for something better. We don't change as human beings. We don't change unless we're motivated to change, unless we have a reason to change. Very few people change just for change's sake, or personally develop and grow or move, make changes and switch things for the sake of growing and learning and personally developing and improving their business or their companies. There's always a reason for that. Hey, I'm going to change this because I want to make more money. I'm going to change customer targets because I want to attract better quality, different people, and I want to help and serve a different group of people. So that's an example of something we could pull up stakes, stop serving one group of customers and start serving another group of customers. So what kind of things do we change and switch? And chances are you, if you're alive for any amount of time, usually if you're over 4, you've switched and changed and experienced a lot of different things. We switch things in our career. We switch jobs. We switch businesses. We switch the types of businesses that we run and own, looking for something better. And better is defined by us, looking for something better to us. Might just be different, but sometimes we just need a change. We need a different change of scenery. So we might switch jobs or switch careers or switch businesses or switch in business partners, vendors, shipping methods, delivery methods. There's so many things we can change, but we don't ever make those changes without a reason. We make a change to save resources, put resources into something else, serve our customers better. We might switch up our relationships. We could switch our significant other, looking for something better. We can switch our friendships or the people we hang around with and associate with, looking for something better. Looking to be better in our business, be a better leader, be a better mentor, be a better teacher, be a better coach, whatever it is that we are, that we want to be more of and better at. I don't know about you, but I switched schools a lot. Not when I was in undergraduate school, but when it came to college, I went to 5 different colleges. I'm not sure very many people know that about me. I don't really broadcast it. And I thought I had the record, but then my sister went to 6 different colleges before she graduated, so she actually beat me out in the number of colleges attended. Now you're asking, why the heck would anyone with a brain switch universities, switch colleges 5 times? And of course, I had reasons for that. I had some health challenges which made it impossible for me to continue where I was at. I had focus challenges in deciding what it was I wanted to study, and so that was a reason for some of the switching. I wanted to physically switch my home and move my location. After a couple of years living on my own at school, I had to come back home for health reasons, and when I started to get better, I didn't want to live at my parents' house anymore. I wanted to switch my location, pull up stakes, and go somewhere new. So that was a reason I went to a different school. Some people switch majors. I switched my major a bunch of times too because I wasn't sure what I wanted to learn and focus on and be when I grow up. We switch and change things all the time. We pull up stakes and we physically move to a different location, to a different thing, to a different vehicle, to a different project, to a different club, to different hobbies. We switch because we're looking for something that will always boils down to how we want to feel and what it is we want to create. The only reason we have our own businesses, the only reason we want to grow and build and supersize our business is because the way it's going to make us feel. After you reach a certain level of success, as of course defined by you. After you make a certain amount of money, everything beyond that is because of how we want to feel. And that's kind of a touchy-feely subject that everyone won't necessarily, magnifying glass, agree to, but boil that down sometimes. Spend a couple of minutes thinking about that and really thinking about, why do we do anything as human beings? Why do we do it? Because it's how we want to feel. We do everything. We change everything. We pull up stakes. We make all of our choices, all of our decisions based on a feeling, and then we justify them with reasons. I read something yesterday that said, we make a lot of decisions and then we make the decisions right. And that is really profound. We decide and choose things all the time based on a feeling, based on our intuition, based on our gut instinct, based on how we want to feel or how we think something's going to make us feel, and then we make that decision right. We switch things up. We change jobs, we change careers, we change relationships, we change hobbies, we change interests, we change customer groups, we change things we're curious about, we change technology and processes and strategies and all sorts of things in our businesses, all moving toward continuous improvement, all toward making things better. But all of those things and all those reasons we make things better are because of how we want to affect the world. And we only want to affect the world and change the world because of how we think it's going to make us feel. I would love to have a discussion about that. That's a biggie. So today, have you pulled up stakes? Do you need to think about pulling up stakes? I will admit that there have been times in my life and in my businesses and in my careers where I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I was in the wrong place for me. I've been in corporate jobs where after a certain amount of time I realized it was a fit when I went there, but after a couple of years it's like, all right, I've done what I can do here. This is no longer the best place for me. It was usually I would get I call it the 3-year itch. I would work somewhere for 3 years, get everything the way I wanted it to be and running smoothly and automated, and then I'd be like, okay, I need a new challenge. We will pull up stakes and change because we need a new challenge. A challenge is a feeling. Some of us thrive on not adversity, but challenges and obstacles and solving problems and making things work and fixing things and making things better for other people. We thrive on the thrill of discovery and figuring out the solution to the problem, and then we leave the implementation of that solution to other people, because then once we've got that all in place, we're ready to move on to what is the next problem, what is the next thing I can solve, what is the next thing I can help you with. And there's some of us that's how our brains work, that's how our psyche works, and that's what we like to do. And there's other people that want to never pull up stakes. They have lived in the same home their entire life. They've been with the same person their entire life. Same relationship. They like the known more than the unknown. Maybe that's a good way of describing it. Pulling up stakes is to move and take risk to move toward the unknown in search of something better. All right, that's it. That's all I've got to say about pulling up stakes. If you have anything to say about pulling up stakes, share it in the comments below, because I would love to know what you think about this. And if you've experienced it, have you made some big changes in your life? Have you pulled up stakes? Have you switched businesses? Have you switched careers? Have you switched significant others? Whatever it is, share in the comments below. I'll see you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean, or what could it mean to you with respect to growing and building the business that you want and having the impact that you want to have on the world? Have an awesome day. Be with you tomorrow.